Not in the sense that optimal trade entries or order blocks in their infancy, none of those types of things. I'm talking about the structure of what it is I'm doing as a trader. What's the motivation? What's my goal? They have to be specific, because if you don't have specific goals, you won't know when you're going outside the lines and boundaries of what would lead to realistic results getting to that objective. Would it be reasonable for me to expect a net gain in 1992 of $250? I know some of you are laughing, thinking, $250. This guy's showing $7,000, $10,000 days. Humble beginnings, folks. That's where you're at right now. Don't be afraid of that. Don't be ashamed of it. Everyone starts there, but most people fail right there. They don't ever come out of that. You have to have a very, very low hanging fruit objective and then increase that gradually. Very, very small, slow, incremental, modular gains. That's how you do it. If you jump and you think, okay, I have a low hanging fruit objective, I hit it, I've been hitting consistently. All right, now I'm just going to go, I want $10,000 a month. You're going to fail because you didn't make that transition from $250 a week to $500 a week to $750 a week to $1,000 a week to $1,500 a week. That's a gradual increase. You get acclimated to the risks feeling of putting on that type of trade as it grows exponentially. You don't even know what that feels like. You have no idea what that feels like. And the wins are scary as hell. They're so scary. Yes, I said it right. The wins, not the losses. The losses haven't really stopped you from trading. As long as you had money in your account, you kept taking trades. So that's not a fear factor for you. Mm-hmm. You're smiling again. That wasn't a deterrent for you to stop trading. As long as you had money in there. Oh, I lost. Okay, well, I'm pissed off now. I'm going in. I'm going to go in there for more. And they're going to pay me with interest. Oh, yeah. And the interest was paid that you paid it. Now you're in greater drawdown or you're blowing your account like I did dozens of times over my career. There's no shame in that. You have to learn from those things. But you are going to be doing things at a slower pace. That's how you make ends meet. Things are hard. The markets are hard right now. I've said this throughout this year, and my private mentorship knows this as well. Things just are not as clean as they usually are. And it's not surprising, but it's not impossible. Obviously, you've seen that. So you have to pick your shots. You have to know what you're doing, why you're doing it, when you're doing it, and when to avoid it. That's part of your trading plan. But what are you doing as part of your growth plan to make ends meet? Where are you going to start? Where's your low hanging fruit threshold? What are you aiming for? Well, one of the things I like to teach is, and where did I get the $1,000? I don't have a specific reason for 1,000. I just felt that $1,000 to me at that time was a lot of money. And if I could save it every single month, nobody in my family was saving $1,000 and they were working. So I'm thinking, I'm working as a vendor, filling up candy machines and servicing soda and snack and cold food machines and coffee machines. If I can save $1,000 a month, I'm doing better than everybody else. And they can laugh at me that I'm making less than $300 a week, but I'm saving $1,000 a month. That's how I looked at it. So while most people were looking at me when I would tell them what I was trying to do, I was going to learn how to trade and make money in the markets, the commodity markets. At that.
Yo, 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 what's good? What's good? What's good? Yo, I'm gonna get straight into it because I think it's very important that we just get into it. But man, sheesh. Shout out to ICT, man, and exactly what he's, preaching right there. I do appreciate him and exactly, what he's talking about. And, I mean, I don't know if y'all heard that. It's gonna happen where first before we get started, it's your boy Suave Flex with the Splash Brothers. I got my brother Joe and my brother Bodie here live with us. This is Sunday, April 13th, 2025, Sunday Gold Outlook call. I do appreciate each and every one of you for joining this Zoom right here because y'all literally can be doing anything on a Sunday night, still partying. People like to get lit, but it's 9 o'clock and we're here looking at the markets and seeing exactly what's going on and how we're about to, dominate this whole week. Okay. So I do appreciate y'all. And again, just getting back to ICT right here, that message was very strong. It happens We get into the market and we like to what? We like to gamble. Okay. And that was me. I like what he said. That was me too. And it's still sometimes me where we like to get greedy and we like to really go back to the market and really fight for that win. And sometimes you just gotta accept the loss, okay? And that's how the markets will treat you. If you try to go back and get that interest and it's you paying and now you're in drawdown, it's gonna suck. Your day's not gonna go as well. It's not gonna be a cool day. It's gonna be a very sluggish and sucky day. But that's where we live and we learn. So again, I do appreciate each and every one of y'all for joining today's Outlook call. Okay, we see some tremendous things just happening with gold. I'm like shook because I just seen, right here Tuesday what afternoon, we just see gold at 29.75 and now we see it at its all-time high at 32.33 or 20 yeah, 32.33, yeah. Like that's amazing. It's amazing and it's funny because obviously the banks are calling it. They're saying, "Oh, it's going to go to 35." If the banks are saying that it's going to go to 35, like why would we not like pay attention to the bigger markets, right? You know, big banks are going to buy this kind of, metal. It's gold, and excuse me. It's gold. So, I love exactly what's going on here. I'm going to get straight into it just really quick. We're gonna do two market outlook calls, okay? So meaning two market ideas, okay? Two market ideas of what we could predict, not say, because we don't know anything. We could predict, and see essentially, going based off the quarter levels, going off the structure, going off trend. We obviously know it's in an uptrend, okay? But there's also times where we can catch that retest and really see exactly what's going on with the market. And sometimes catch the ability of catching a sell, catching, but the main trend right now that I see, me personally, is buy. If my brother Joe wants to, I'm pretty sure he agrees with that. It's a buy. So we're an uptrend. This is a 4 hour chart, y'all. So, but getting into it, if you don't,
Yep, I agree.
yes, sir. And if you don't know what these orange lines are, please get with us. These are going to be our quarter levels. This is going to be each quarter level of gold. Obviously, you can see the increments of 31, 31.25. So quarter level, another 31.50. And this is how we like to look at the markets to really see how and to catch that market idea, whatever we're going in, okay? Where we're usually sending trades at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. I think Joe is back at that 6 a.m. mark where we're sending those trades. But I mean, going to the hour chart where Joe and I and Joe's actually helping me understand where you could really catch these ideas in the market with the 1 hour chart. Okay. The 1 hour chart is fire. Okay. I like how we learned the trend and the structure and the key levels and all that good stuff with the quarter levels on the 4 hour, because that was teaching me where we could catch those bigger buys and we're looking at those bigger entries. Okay. Now the way Joe's doing it and catching it on the lower time frames, I believe we talked about it not too long ago. Yeah, actually, our last call, I don't know if I deleted them, but if we go to this area right here, go and backtrack, okay, you could see where you could find these entries, these quarter levels, okay, where he's teaching you how to catch this 30.75, and that's the quarter level. When we like to see these quarter levels break and close above, you see that this hour what retested with this big candle, and what exactly happened? Joe likes to go right here. He'll go to the 30-minute chart. Okay, let's go to the 30-minute chart. Let's see exactly what happened in that area with the 30-minute chart. Okay. And this is stuff that my brother taught me too, because now I'm like, oh shit, I'm understanding it. Like I'm seeing it, I understand it now. But getting into it right here, you can see the 30-minute chart. Look at that, another perfect. So if you're watching these smaller time frames where you're like, yo, I wanna catch this scalp, you're just hungry. You're hungry for that money. You could have caught this off the quarter level right here, 30.75, and seen that it just retested, didn't break it, tapped it. You could see that this next 30-minute probably freaked a little bit of people out. They probably got in this entry right here, like, oh snap. I mean, because if you caught it at 37 or 30.80, because sometimes that spread level on your trade locker or MetaTrader, it'll get you. Okay, so it can put you in at 30.80, and you're thinking 30.80, and it shoots down all the way to 30.75 76. That's 40, 50 pips right there. You're in drawdown. If you're on a big lot of 1.0, you're in drawdown. Okay, you're in the negative and you're not too happy. That's why we like to use that proper risk management. If you're using proper risk management, then you have nothing to worry about. You know that your account's going to be okay because we're usually what risking 100 pips to catch 200, or I'm sorry, 100 pips. 100 pips to catch 50 pips. Okay, so you would have been okay. You would have been like, all right, cool, trust the trade. So catching these entries, look, another perfect one that we called out. And I'm gonna leave these here so every time we get on these calls, people are understanding where you can see these on the smaller time frames. If we're talking quarter levels and you want to catch a quarter level entry, that's how you're gonna do it right here. Looking at this 30 minute, you go to the smaller time frames. Let's
Go
go.
to the 5 minute, CJ, and go to the circle, bro. And
Yep.
then so that way you can understand this too, because I know I've taught you this, but sometimes when we go through all these things, it's a lot of info, bro.
Yeah, it's
But
a lot.
look, check
Oh,
this,
yeah, I hear you.
check
Yeah,
check this out. So go to that area,
right
the
there.
5 minute.
Boom, right here.
Okay, now zoom in on it. Okay, right there, the way you know structure, right there where the little dip is. Yep, mark mark the key levels for me
So what
on
you
that little 5 minute time.
talking about right here or right here?
Do it. Do it how you see it.
I would have seen entry right here. Boom. Retest right here.
But just keep marking them.
Let me do a different color so that way y'all not confused.
Okay, that's fine. That's enough. That's enough key level structure, whatever you want to call it. This is 5 minutes. This is small shit. So now change your candles to a line, to the line graph. Okay, look, guys. Now go right there to the bottom of it. Look at the structure, the way it steps down. It's a staircase down, one, two, three, four stairs, and then look, it comes up one. Second stair, it took off. It formed the second step. But look, now you go up. So when you're in those low moments, you want to see the same thing we're looking for, breaks of structure and the same type of shit on the higher time frames. That's what we want to see set up on the 4 hour, 1 hour. We like to see these shits, breaks of structure and shit. But on the 5 minute, that's how quick it is. You know what I mean? So you guys got to understand that image right there. The three steps down to go one, two up. That's a regular pattern. Three steps down, one, two up. And that V at the bottom is a reversal. That's
Oh,
on a 5 minute. So that's how you know if you take that entry down there and it didn't go your way, pretty soon okay, go to the second example. Wherever you have the red line bubbled.
I'm gonna go back to the candle. Boom. So you would have seen it either touch it
So
right
go to the
there.
1 minute. Go to the 1 minute and then we're gonna look at the structure. Because everything we're teaching on the big time frame is what it's doing on the small time frame. You just got to understand that you're looking for a break of structure based off of the 4 hour direction. You're looking for a break of structure to verify, to justify you getting into the trade. So what tends to happen at these quarter levels on the smaller time frame, if you can't find it, just go to any one off a quarter level. If you can't find it,
Yeah,
go
no,
to that one. Go to that one you're just by right now, left. Right there, right there. You see how it went below and then climbed out?
show you guys.
Okay. Now mark your major key levels right there. Get surgical with it. What are your key levels? What do you see?
If I had seen a break, boom, above this.
No, but mark out the key levels. Just put lines for me real quick. Yup, I see that one. Yup. Okay, so look, what did it do, bro? Same thing we just talked about. I'm glad we record this. Look, one, two, three steps down, right in that red circle. You guys see that? That's the pattern we need to look for. We're looking for three steps down, four steps down, however it comes, but we're looking for a few steps down and then a breakout candle. So go zoom in, look at the big engulfing green candle. One, two, the next candle, that's fucking how many pips? Look, one, two, it broke out. So
Yeah.
now right there, either you get in at the bottom, you
There.
get lucky, whatever, or at that second candle at the top when it confirms, look, it's at a key level. Look, go down, CJ.
16 pips, $160.
So
$16,
look
100.
at that second candle right there. That's where the entry would be on a minute candle right there. Boom, and then you're in it. You're risking 50. You're risking 100, depending on how you're treating this scenario. But that's what you guys want to see. This the a lot of times this
Even
happens at the key level.
100 pips would have been cool. Like you would have been set, even if it tried to do a drawdown. Going to 50 pips right here. Five, look right there. Boom, 50 pips. That's 50 pips from
Hmm.
the entry. If you would have got in this candle right there, no drawdown. You would have
Yep.
2 minutes, 3 minutes, 50 pips. You do a point
But
0.50.
for anyone who's wondering why, it's because that three steps down. She said, "What if you entered at 3,200?" That's fine. Any entry, if you enter at a stop loss position, that just means you might want to close your position earlier than the next person because you already got 50 pips. If you get the most fires entry and you're trying to sit around and catch other people's TPs because they got in later, then you're gonna start experiencing the market fucking you over in ways because you're just being greedy. If you have a trading plan, you need to follow the trading plan. So if the trading plan says you're closing 50 pips and you get in at the bottom of a stop loss and you make 50 pips, you're supposed to move that stop loss to 50 pips in profit. If it hits 50 pips, then A, you don't. If it hits 150 pips, then A, you're even more of a winner. But either way, the more you're greedy and you try to justify it with any reasoning about, oh, I caught this great position or whatever, it ends up messing you up because it changes up the mindset of discipline and it involves emotion in it. So that's the problem. If you get a better entry than the next person, 3,200 and whatever, blah, 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 that doesn't matter. If you go 50 pips, close it, reassess. And the thing is, though, I just explained it on the 1 minute, you got to see it. Go back to the 1 minute and go look at any continuation. It's going to break a structure and continue up.
Excuse me, on my fault.
If you have a buy bias, if you say I'm starting the week with a buy bias like we did this week, when you go to the 1 minute and it breaks a quarter level, you should be able to know. Go right there to the top, CJ, where it broke the quarter level.
Right here.
Higher. The next quarter level where it broke it. Yep. Okay, so go to the left a little bit. Show them how it falls out. Stephanie, you see how on the left it tried to, but look, it collapsed real quick. That was a sell opportunity. Right? Okay, but look, it came up again. It collapsed. Sell opportunity. Fake outs. But look, when what happened this time? It broke out. You should have took your buy. You put your fucking stop loss at break even. Once it goes up all those pips at the top, CJ, go to the top at that quarter level when it broke through. Okay, so look, stop loss would have been break even and it wouldn't even have touched. It got close to it, but it wouldn't have touched.
Right here.
Yes, but that's where you guys are gonna start messing up. If you're up 50 pips and you're trying to break even just to catch the whole 250 because you see other people doing it, you need to just close 50 pips because there's multiple entries. Just because one entry on Monday could last all the way to Friday does not mean you couldn't have got in on every single one of those lows in that structure. You could take every trade. The less greedy you are, the more you're gonna start to realize that you're catching more trades.
Man, that's true.
You feel me? So that's what I've been experiencing. That's what I've been seeing for myself. And it's just a part of trusting the plan. When it broke through right there, CJ loves those when it falls through.
Yep.
And you see that retest. That's
Every
the same thing. It's just going down now on the 1 minute. That's how you use the 1 minute to justify. But the problem is you don't want to be trading on the 1 minutes and get emotional in consolidation and like go to the left. You see that zigzag shit where it goes sideways? Right there, right there is dramatic, bro. Think about all the people who thought it's a sell, it's a buy. Up, up, back a little bit more, CJ. Backwards, really straight, bro. Think about that. Everyone thought it's a sell, it's a buy, it's a sell, it's a buy. Got fucked up. It's a
making
sell,
people
it's a buy.
just overthink, and now they're like, I gotta get out. Oh, like they're
Yeah,
probably entered right here, and it's going up. Oh, I'm up. Oh, I'm down.
yeah. And then
Oh,
look
I'm
how
up.
low it took everyone just to buy back up and then sell off again,
Yep, sell off.
fucking them
Oh,
up.
people were probably hurt at this area right here.
Yep, they were crying. People got divorced.
Yeah, people be hurt.
This is reality, so that's why you guys don't want to be trading those markets. You shouldn't be holding trades for long. Last week I did real good at just having a couple winners, and I broke even for the week, $400 on the account. Um, and the idea is that I took a couple less trades last week, but it was because I was like, fuck it, I'd rather wait for a new week in new territory instead of going through any manipulation again. I want to catch this breakout, even though we've been catching buys, but I want to catch the next continuation pattern. So if this sells off a little bit and is giving good sales, we'll see what it does on the 4 hour. But I'm gonna be ready to catch these buys. And the thing is, for Stephanie, if you know you can't be awake at 2 a.m. or whatever, then you got to start practicing how to mark up these key levels so that way you can set pending orders. And then it's just going to be when you wake up the next day or in the next 6 hours, you're going to be waking up to results. Did it hit your TP? Did it hit your stop loss? On your broker, you could set up a trailing stop loss, and then it's just automatic. It'll be on you to just mark those areas of triggering spots where it activates you into a trade. If it becomes a problem where you end up, I don't think you need to. You have a schedule where I think your time in the morning is the perfect time to catch these moves. Anything you miss during the day, I don't know. For the meantime, it don't need to be for you because your schedule doesn't even allow for it to be every day. Your schedule doesn't allow for you to check that every day, so it's not something that you should build up that much whole high hopes on catching the Tuesday move at 12 in the afternoon. You know what I mean? You might be with a client, or I don't know what exactly your hours is when you go to lunch and whatnot. But even then, you don't need to be thinking about the charts on your lunch because the more you treat it like a robot and it's not emotionless, the more like, bro, keeping this account right now. What this is this week 5 that we're about to be live trading, dropping a trade every morning.
Yeah. Well,
That counts.
Since March 28th, bro. We've been
Okay, so week 5, bro, and we have good results. We have winning pips. I'm excited for this next month, and like it's working. It's working. I see it working, and the idea is that I'm not treating it like I'm not trying to impress no one. I'm just trying to bring the bag home. So you know what I mean. It's more like, okay, yeah, it's easy for me to not try to impress the next person or even impress myself with the biggest moves. I just got to secure for sure moves. And that shows duplication. That shows that you could actually pay something with it.
we can see this like that. I like how you drew it up last time. Um, do something like you called out last time, and then do that big ass break, and then just
Yeah,
pop.
it'll do that and then go right back up to structure.
Yeah.
Yep, it loves to do that. It's like a bullish wedge or a flag, whatever.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I remember that actually.
Yeah, you feel
Christopher
me?
Terry used to talk
That's
like that. Talk about that. Hello, my name is Christopher Terry. We're trading triangles today.
that's right.
All right, man. No, that was amazing, y'all. No, so you guys get it. I hope if you have any questions, just reach out. You know, like that's how your questions are gonna get answered. And if your question, it might help somebody else, okay? So never hesitate to ask questions. You already know it's your boy Suave Flex, Bodie, and Joe. Joe AVB sweeping, whatever it is, Mr. Joe AV. All right, y'all. So we appreciate y'all. It's the Splash Brothers. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and joining. I hope to see you guys next Sunday. Bring the fam, bring everybody. I don't care who it is. Bring your dog, bring your cat. We want to see them on this call. We want to see y'all eat. We want to see everybody making bread. It's a new season. It's different. The world is changing right before our eyes. The robots are coming. Beep boop boop. No, I'm just kidding. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Much love to everybody. Okay.
I appreciate you, bro. Love you.
You already know we woke up today, so we are blessed, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it. Dot, 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 dot.